Welcome back, Flames. So this is our season 3 of the winter cooking classes. So today's dish, what we prepared for the whole month, is going to be an Italian style dish. So these are the dishes that we're going to be working on for the more on the river. So for today's dish, we're going to be making the basil pesto. So the first step to this, you always got to boil your water first. So you want to go over to your stove and just turn on the water. And it's very important that you do add salt to this. It gives it a lot of flavor inside the noodles, pasta itself.
How much salt should you put in?
Put about 2 tablespoons of salt, because we're making, this is just for a small order. For if you're able to cook for a bigger style, you want to add a little bit more salt. But if you're just cooking for yourself, 2 tablespoons. Alright, so once you get to a boiling point, you want to grab your pasta. So for today's dish, we are using the fettuccine pasta. And this is about 1/4 of a box, a regular box from the grocery store. So you just want to drop it.
So a box is good for 4 people then?
Yeah. And then what you want to do, you want to just slowly, as it softens up, you just want to slowly twist it. You don't want to break the noodles apart, the pasta itself. And the texture we are going for is al dente. So it's usually taking about 6 to 7 minutes after boiling. You just want to kind of move it around a little bit from the start, just so it doesn't stick to the bottom. Let that boil for another 6 to 7 minutes. The ingredients we're going to be using today for our basil pesto is we have fresh basil right here, grated Parmesan, sun-dried tomatoes, cloves of garlic, we have pine nuts, and olive oil. Then we have our salt and pepper later when we add it on for taste. Alright, so the first step it is going to require you to have some sort of blender or any like smoothie machine blender that you guys have at home. So the first step, we are going to be adding 6 ounces of olive oil into your blender. Then next step, you want to add your 4 cloves of garlic. And then what you want to do after you get your olive oil and your garlic inside there, you want to buzz it a little bit until you see the garlic is fine. Then what you want to do is you want to add your fresh basil inside. So we're going to be using about 1.5 cups of basil. You want to take it off the stem. You just want to use the leaves. So the recipe we are using today is going to make at least 4 pasta dishes, 4 portions of pasta and the basil pesto. Especially the family is here. It's a whole box. Yeah. So just salt and then you want to add your pine nuts. About 2 tablespoons of pine nuts. Back to our pasta, and you want to check up on it. So the look we're going to go for is the al dente. It has to have a little bite to it, because once we toss it in the pan, it's going to cook even more, and we don't want mushy pasta.
Carmelite.
So you just want to check it. If it's still, so I'm gonna show you. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna strain the pasta. So the reason why I'm doing it in the bowl, because we want to save that pasta water. We're gonna use that later once we toss the pesto inside here. You can add just a little bit more of olive oil so it doesn't stick. Just probably like a tablespoon of olive oil just to have it not stick, because it is really hot right now. The oil. We have our pasta. So this recipe does feed a family of 4 if you're making the whole box of pasta. I've only used a 1/4 of the box. So first step, I'm gonna add our olive oil in, just a little bit since our pesto does have olive oil already. Probably have a tablespoon. And wait a little bit, put it on high heat. We're gonna add our pasta inside. So you just want to saute for a little bit. But then the pasta water that you use to boil the pasta in, you just want to add about 1/2 cup of it in there. This is why it's important to have the pasta cooked al dente, because you are reheating it and cooking it, and this is also finishing the cooking technique. So we're going to add 1/4 of our basil pesto inside of our dish. Now we're going to add our sun-dried tomatoes.
Good. Burn my hand.
Alright. Once you see some of the pasta liquid is dissolved inside the dish, we can turn off the heat. And it's much easier if you're using tongs to plate your dish. So what you want to do is you want to get your pasta. Basically the way that you want to plate it is you want to twist the tong all the way around. Basically we're trying to